Hi, my name is Gil Robertson, president of the African American Film Critics Association. Today, we are thrilled to be doing a roundtable that features a lot of very special people to the organization. One of our members, in fact, who is also an actress, as well as one of our longtime creative collaborators, are starring in uh, two upcoming holiday pictures for the OWN TV network. So today's virtual roundtable is going to celebrate the network's slate of original holiday films that'll be premiering this season on OWN. This special session will bring together cast members from all three titles for one festive 1 hour conversation that will highlight OWN's holiday programming as a whole, the creative energy, shared themes, and the spirit that ties these stories together. So unlike our traditional title-specific roundtables, this conversation will focus on the network's broader holiday vision and the shared experiences of the talent behind these projects. You can expect a dynamic cross-film exchange designed to spark fresh insights and lively discussion as always. So first, we are going to, as we always do, kick things off by introducing you to the AAFCA members who are on the call today, starting with Kim Singleton in New York, Tamara J. in New Jersey, Derek Dunn in Washington, D.C., Dennis Friedman in Los Angeles, Jill Monroe in L.A., and Jasmine Stevens. And Jasmine, I
In
forget
Tampa,
which market,
Florida.
you're in Tampa, Florida. And I almost want to call on Etienne and Carla, but not today, I guess. But at any rate, I'm going to let you guys do what you do so well,
You
and
forgot
I'll see
about
you on
me,
the other.
Gil.
Oh, Karan, I'm sorry. And Karan Lenoir Kelly in Charlottesville, Virginia. So I'm going to let you guys do what you do so well, and I'll see you on the other side.
We're feeling extra festive
As I live and breathe.
because OWN for the Holidays is back. Celebrate the season with original movies every Saturday night.
Drop your phone.
Is he gonna be all right?
Who are you?
She's his girlfriend.
Now they are including me in all their Christmas activities.
You and the doctor used to date?
Girl, your life is like a telenovela right now.
There's room on the Jubilee schedule for 2 more events. Each of you will take one, and then we shall decide who will produce the Christmas Eve spectacular.
The goal is to solve the murder before the night is over.
Someone in this house kidnapped Aunt Grace.
You are our black Nancy Drew.
Whoa, wait a minute now. You can go in the mix.
There is a secret room. Hello? Anyone there?
Get ready for more jingle,
It feels like home.
more jolly,
Who needs more sprinkles?
and more joy.
Who am I to miss a party?
Join in on the festive fun every Saturday this holiday season.
Well, what I want to know is have you been naughty or nice this year?
You're just gonna have to find out.
OWN for the Holidays starts Saturday, November 29th on OWN and stream on HBO Max.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Singleton, Consider It Black-led podcast out of New York City, and I enjoyed all 3 of the films. I especially love the theme of how important family is to everyone. So my question is, what character in your film reminded you the most of someone in your family? And we can start with Amber.
Oh my gosh, start with me. Well, hi, great question. That's so fun. Well, I think what's special about our movie is that family is not just the people that you're born into, that you can choose your family. And the tension the entire movie is between 2 very best friends that grew up together and had planned their futures together, and then something tore them apart. So I really relate to that relationship because it also feels as familiar as the relationship I have with my own sister. And I think that's what's special about friendship is that you can pick that close person in your life and hold on to them as if they are your true family.
Thanks. Corbin?
Yeah, I mean, 100% that. That was like the thing that we were so excited about is this is a friendship rom-com. And it's inclusive of everybody. Like everybody has a friend. You know, not everybody has like a gets to be with their family for the holidays, to be perfectly frank. Not everybody gets, to be with a partner for the holidays. So we loved that this was something that we hadn't seen before and that we got to actually be a part of creating it. But I think the character that feels most like a member of my family is probably Loretta's character, Hen. I have an aunt who is like very much on my dad's side. It's my dad's oldest sister. She's very much like in charge of corralling everybody, and she's always like she's in charge of Thanksgiving, and she's like the menu, the schedule for the day, just like different fun activities. Like she'll take us to go whale watching, or like go to Salem and like go get our palms read. Like she's always thinking of like fun, creative things to do. And she's very much about like a schedule, but also has the warmest spirit and is just like the biggest heart. And Loretta embodies all of that for sure in our film.
Great, thank you. Miss Carla.
Oh Lord, I think Amber and Corbin have said it all. There's nothing left to say. But if I had to say somebody, for me, it probably would be Amber. Amber reminds me of a cousin that I have. She's very, everything has to be just so, has to be a certain way. And Amber's character is very much like this has to be this way, this has to be that way, but she does it out of love. And I could see that as we were shooting. And Amber does things out of love, and so does Corbin. So yeah.
Wow, beautiful. Tristan.
Oof. I think with all of us, and I think everyone can attest to this. We all have some pretty crazy characters in our families. Um, so I can honestly, on our film, I can choose anyone, and it would correlate with someone in our family, from the wildest character to the most eccentric, like all of them. But I'll say that Ashleigh's character very much reminds me of my little sister Nia, where she is a hairdresser as well, but she's also ridiculously inquisitive about everything. I low key think that she works for the CIA. Like it's nuts. Like she knows everything. It's crazy. Yeah.
And last but not least, Etienne.
My character, I think, definitely aligns with my own father, who's always working. My character, Daniel, is always on the next job and on the next patient. I play a doctor who's very much about his business, and nothing else matters but work.
Thank you. I can't wait to sit down and watch it again with my family.
Hello, everyone. Tamara J. for Noir Online. My question is open to the entire panel. As actors and as everyone that celebrates the holiday, what do you believe is the perfect recipe to creating a holiday film?
Well, I think personally, I would say that the chemistry between all the actors is super important. And that kind of goes for anything, but especially during the holidays. So many characters in these movies are family, with each other. So you want to have a shorthand or a rapport or some sort of like real chemistry with the other actor, so it feels like you really have known each other your entire lives. Um, and so chemistry are very helpful for that, or just like create a movie with your friend, and that works out great.
I was just to add to that, we were on the producing side of our film, which was really fun because we got to be a part of the locations scouting, and we were like, we're both really into interiors and into architecture, and I actually think that that was one of the most fun parts of producing for me personally, was like getting to like to help choose the aesthetic. I feel like the holidays are very much about creating an atmosphere that's different from what you have every day. And we were like, we love the look of like classic holiday films, like, you know, well, we said Home Alone was one, or like I love the feeling, even in Loretta's movie that she did this Christmas or The Holiday, like those environments, those homes are they have so much charm and so much character and warmth. And we really tried to protect that and find that in our film. And I think that that really creates a holiday vibe in holiday movies that people might not necessarily notice, but they can feel it when they see it.
I think a good Christmas movie has to be the weather. Luckily enough, we didn't have fake snow in our movie. We had real snow. We actually went through like a whole snowstorm at the last scene that we shot. And it looks like it really looks like it was wintertime. And we shot it in the springtime.
Honestly, there's a warmth I feel like that's needed for Christmas films. You can go through funny Christmas movies. You can go through more like romantic Christmas movies. No matter what kind of Christmas movie you kind of get into, you want it to feel to me, you want it to feel like what a cup of hot cocoa feels like, or sitting by the fire feels like. Like there's always a heartwarming moment that happens. So I think no matter what kind of Christmas movie you're doing, there has to be a heavy douse of just warmth.
I want to piggyback on.
Oh wait, I was gonna say one more thing that is the music. I think helps create that warmth. I think that the soundtrack.
Yes.
Hopefully that's not what you're about to say, Carla. Sorry.
No, that wasn't what I was about to say. But to piggyback on what you just said, the music is important because it puts you in the mood and it helps you feel all the Christmassy things, right? But at the core of all of it, the music, the warmth, the chemistry, there's love. Christmas time is about those you love and those who love you, and spending time with those people that you haven't seen probably for a whole year. So I think that probably is the most important ingredient of putting together a holiday or Christmas film.
Thank you all so much.
How's it going on? Derek Dunn, reviews and done. Question for Mr. Wilds. So as an artist yourself, your character plays a detective in your film. So would you say Christmas in Hollis or Christmas Rappin' more correlates with his character?
Ooh, hold on. You said Christmas in Hollis or what?
Christmas Rappin'.
Christmas in Hollis. I'll say Christmas in Hollis because for me that was one of the first records that like just kind of stuck with me as a kid. But you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's the millennial in me, right? Christmas in Hollis is definitely up there, but for me, just slightly above it, just because of the timing, the way that he released everything. It was just a moment in time. Kanye West, the whole good music, Christmas in Harlem. For some reason, that joint just knocks differently. So yeah, like that would be like I had a whole playlist of Christmas music that I was playing during the shooting of the film, just so that we stayed in motion. Christmas in Hollis was definitely one of those records, and so was Christmas in Harlem.
Thank you.
Hi, Jill Monroe, KBLA Talk 1580. So Christmas movies are often about in the magic, and for Black families we make our own magic, whether it's through tradition or food. So what is one thing, and this is to all of the panel, that reminded you sort of a home or of a tradition that was in your film that kind of sparked you?
I got this one. The one thing in our film that reminded me and sparked me is the fact that, you know how at the holidays, somebody's always bringing somebody else some food? Well, in our film, somebody's bringing somebody else some food, and it kind of sets up the whole mood for what happens with the trajectory of her character, my daughter, Corbin. So I love how he brings this food and how excited I am about it to eat
Very
it.
funny and cute. It's an awesome moment. I would say musical performance. We have a song at the end of our movie that Amber and I wrote and get to perform.
What I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is.
No, it's a great answer. It's
yeah.
great.
And it's the finale of our movie. And that's a big tradition in my family. We always go see I've seen probably 100 versions of the Nutcracker at this point, but or we'll go to a choir performance or something. But usually it's the ballet Or if a a jazz singer or something is doing a Christmas set, we'll go to that. But yeah, live performance, live music, dance, anything like that, a play is a huge part of our Christmas tradition. It was just so fun to be able to like create something for our movie that was so joyful at the end and brings that like Christmas tradition. Sorry, my dog is joining us in into the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Writing an original Christmas song was like top of the list for us. I think that's just the reason I love the holidays is all the music and stuff. And karaoke has become a big part of what we do at Corbin's house every year. But also, I've pulled out the karaoke machine for the last several years for all my cousins and the littles and my little kids, and that's when we get to do all our caroling. And I look forward to that every year.
You.
For me, I look forward to the food. And also, is my Wi-Fi good? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Is
I see
connecting bad?
you.
Good.
You moved.
Dan, you see me? Can you hear
Finally.
me? Oh, and I got the fireworks. Look. Yo, food. Food is a big deal in our house. Coming from a Jamaican household, oxtail, rice and peas, and kalaloo is our holiday meal.
All right, I'm gonna take you guys left on this one, right? I don't know about y'all, but I grew up a pretty rambunctious kid. I'll say that. Like that, we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there. So as a rambunctious, yeah. So as a rambunctious kid, a lot of times you have to do things during the holidays that you probably don't necessarily want to do. You got to go to certain aunt's house. You got to go over here. Make sure you shake this person's hand. Make sure this person who's pinching your cheek is, it's family, whatever. So a lot of times you're doing things you don't want to. In this movie, you get a chance to see a bunch of adults having to do this quote unquote murder mystery that actually turns into a real mystery, and they don't necessarily want to, So yeah, that's that's the correlation to the holidays for me.
Ashleigh?
It's a bit tough. Like, I don't really feel like anything reminded me of home because the things that we go through in this film, I've never experienced. Nobody's ever a mystery has never occurred in such in such a way. But like I can relate to the things that everyone else is saying, that happens in their films, like, people bringing food over to the house, the songs, the decorating, even, like we didn't really have, no, that's a lie. We did have a Lotus Christmas, lots of hot cocoa and fake marshmallows. And there's a moment that Mack and I share that we actually, I think that was our first scene. I think that was the first scene that we did.
That was
Was it
that was our
not?
very first scene. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the closest bit, I think.
Amazing. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Dennis Freeman, Compton Bulletin and News for Us Online. So my question is to everybody, how does the spirit of Christmas override the different crisis that pops up in each of your films?
Christmas override the crisis.
Each of the films have different challenges and crisis, but the spirit of Christmas, how does that bring it home for a lot of people? Because it shows that Christmas, there are going to be crises in different situations.
For sure. I would say that for our movie, by the way, hi Ash. I didn't see you sneak in, but I wanted to say what's up. I'm sad that you're sick, but I'm praying that you get better, Mama. I would say that in our film, one thing that kind of holidays tend to do is bring people together. And how often, sometimes you don't see these people a lot. Sometimes you see these people a whole bunch, but no matter what, the holidays we always kind of come together in the holidays. Now, for a mystery or something like this, it is the times that we actually come together, put our brains together, having something that we all have to put our brains together for. That's the thing that kind of connects to the holidays, or that's the spirit of Christmas that kind of leads us to I guess solving the mystery. The feeling of togetherness where all of these characters are kind of you realize that all of these characters are doing their own things at certain times, but we need to come together to actually solve this mystery.
I would say for our film, with Corbin and Amber, it's Christmas is a time of healing. In addition to coming together, it's a time for healing. So there may be some schisms with some family members or some friends that haven't had an opportunity to heal, and then they come home for the holidays, and then they're able to heal all that stuff and put it behind them. Because the reality of the situation is nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. So if you take that time to just heal and come back to where you were or move forward from where you were to a better place, Christmas is always the time that kind of lets that go down.
Yeah. And for our characters in the film, like we unite over being able to bring joy to other people through events. Like that's where we grew up, we're childhood best friends who started doing that very young. There's a fallout. And then we're back together again competing for the same event planning job because I don't want to give everything away, but our lives aren't going the way we had planned. Um, but I think aside from the healing aspect, which, it's really about what brings us back together is the fact that we have this shared love for bringing joy to others by bringing people together. And in the end, we decide that we remember that we're so good at doing that together and what that has done for our families and our friends and how much joy it brings us to bring it to other people. So I think that's something to remember too, is like the holidays, you get the joy. The joy comes to you through bringing joy to others.
There's also like the holiday season can feel like you're in a pressure cooker. Like there's just so much pressure to be with each other and be with family and have the most fun ever and can reconnect with everybody. And then it's the end of the year. So that can be for good or bad. But I think what's special about Christmas movies is that you feel this little bit of a timeline, like, and every event that our two characters is planning is getting closer and closer to Christmas Eve. And so there's this pressure to figure this out. And the spirit of the season reminds them that they need to find each other again before time is up. And ta-da, that's where we head.
I think it's really beautiful in our film how we explore, the themes of truth and how you really feel about somebody. I think is important. I think is done very well in our film.
This is Karan Lenoir Kelly from Karanism.com and Love Music Pleasure. And I want to focus on us because historically, during the holiday season, we've been excluded for years. And now we've created this genre of beautiful Black Christmas, the new BBC. And each year we have something to look forward to, but many things to look forward to because we're not a monolith. I want to know what it means to each of you as producers, as actors, what it means to you to be a part of this new genre and to create a new space for us. And there's a lot of legacy here. At the mother, Amber, Tristan, we grew up with you. What does it mean to you?
It's always been important to to represent our community well and at an elevated level. Growing up, I've been in this business for 20 years, but there was really only a handful of other actors like me when I started. And there certainly weren't a lot of films starring people that looked like me. So it was intimidating to get into the business because it's like, well, where do I fit in? And now we have this place like OWN where there's a spot for everybody. So for our movie to land there meant a lot. And then we also want to represent ourselves, like I said, at an elevated level. So we are very classy people who are ambitious and close to our families, come from, a a two-parent household, just kind of showing all of the dynamic ways that we can be successful. And also female friendships that are where we actually are that are grounded in love and support and wanting to champion for each other and not tear each other down because there's only enough space for one of us, you know? Um, those are the kind of stories that I look forward to telling, and I'm glad that we get to do in this movie.
Yeah, and just like spit like piggybacking, or like you see piggybacking off of that. I was like trying to think of a new word, but just that's the one that works. Um, yeah, like the female friendship aspect, I think, Amber and I have worked together previously on a different TV show that was very focused on female friendships. And, for us for this film, focusing on female friendship again, um, it's very important not to just like steer into tropes. So even though we're competing and there are arguments in the film, they're grounded in love, they're rooted in love. It's like watching two sisters fight. And I think we don't always see that for women of color in reality or narrative, like scripted narrative. We don't always get to see that. So it was very important for us to protect that, from developing the scripts to our actual performances. We kept reminding everybody like this needs, even in editing, the music needs to remember this is a comedy, this is rooted in love, like everything needs to be revolving around that because that's what we want to put into the world.
The thing that drew me most to doing this movie was the comedic aspect. You know, laughter is not in short supply in my household. It never has been. And especially when it comes to um, sitting down and watching movies around the holidays. The thing about this film is that it's really funny. At least I think it's funny. I had a great time making it. And the comedic aspect about everybody coming together and the type of humor that we bring to situations, the type of levity that we carry in trying times and dark times is not like anything that I've ever experienced or watched anywhere else. So that was the core of my decision making around choosing to do this project.
Yeah, for me, this is my second Own for the Holidays film. Owen gave me my first shot at being a leading man. Last year I starred in Mistletoe and Matrimony, and this year with Fake Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Owen gave me an opportunity and gave me a shot. And to play two very different characters. Last year I played a photographer. This year I play a doctor. I feel like last year I played a little bit I played someone who was very much like myself, an artist, a creative. But this time around, I get to play someone who is, straightforward and someone who's very serious about their work, but also serious about their family and who they care about. And so I just think to your point, there aren't too many projects like this, especially for Black people, especially for my leading lady to be a dark skinned, beautiful woman, starring Kiki Lane. I think we need more stories like this because we're not just one type of people, and I think. Owen does such a beautiful job, especially during Own for the Holidays, of showing the diverse talent and the ways in which we are multifaceted people. I'm just truly grateful that we get to bring a little bit more joy and a little bit of more happiness uh, during these times.
Yeah, for me, just to tie it up, um, for me, it was super, super important to be a part of this project with Amber and Corbin because it was the first thing that they got to produce, and they got to produce it with OWN, a network that is owned by a Black woman, that is run by a Black woman, and they are Black women, and so am I. And so I was super excited to be a part of it as an actor for those reasons, and also to be a part of it from a familial point of view. My mother is a very loving, warm, kind, caring person. So to be able to portray that type of matriarch in their film was a pleasure and a gift for me. And it also was a pleasure and a gift for me because well, I don't want to say that because then I'll ruin the story if I say that. But I had to catch myself. I had to catch myself. But
I almost did it too.
you know what I'm saying? Had to catch myself. But just to wrap it up, I think the OWN movie and the OWN for Holidays, it celebrates all that we are as a people, all that we are as individuals. And like you said, Corbin, we're not a monolith. We're human beings. We have flesh and blood, red blood that runs and courses through our veins that have been coursing through our ancestors, thus through us. So it's a blessing and a beautiful, wonderful thing to be able to portray all of that in the guise of a holiday film.
Thank you for saying that, Carla. That was really
That's
nice.
really nice to hear.
Thank you so much. We are not one-dimensional. You guys are amazing in all of these films. And as a genre, you bring such diversity for our storytelling. And I just want to say thank you. I'm grateful for all of it. Thank you.
Hello, Jasmine Stevens from Was It Good Though podcast. This question is for the entire panel. These films make space for vulnerability, grace, and even accountability between characters. What was your process to bring those qualities to life in your performances?
Oh, I got that one. So I had a situation personally that happened with me earlier in this year that was able for me to inform my character in dealing with Corbin as my daughter. And it made it real and it made it authentic. And it gave me an opportunity to live through something that was difficult for me. But this film gave me an outlet to kind of work my way through it.
Yeah, I gotta also add my perspective with our film. In the movie, my patient, who is also my ex girlfriend's boyfriend, suffers a traumatic brain injury, and for a lot of people who don't know my story, about like 13 years ago, I suffered a traumatic brain injury from my own traumatic experiences. And when I was on set, I just kept thinking to myself, dang, I want Daniel to be the doctor that I needed when I was going through my traumatic brain injury. And so it was also another, full circle moment for me being on set, having my own personal experience to head trauma, and being in a scene treating a patient who was suffering from the same illness I was experiencing 12, 13 years ago, just made me even more passionate about portraying this doctor, to bringing Daniel to life. So yeah.
I think for us too, or for me personally with our film, the strong theme about friends being family. I'm from Minnesota originally. I haven't lived in Minneapolis for a very long time. I was in New York before being in LA, and every holiday, if I wasn't, I did a lot of Broadway, and you always have to work on the holidays because that's when people come to see plays. So, there were many a Thanksgiving, many a Christmas where I was actually doing a show, and I would really lean on my friends to create that holiday experience for me. And same being in LA, my family is all over the place, and there have been times where they haven't been able to be with me for certain holidays, and if I'm not gathering my friends myself, then, I'm going to someone else's home. And I think that theme of friends being family is very real for me. And I really relate to that. And really, wanted to evoke that in our film and make that something that people could, feel and hang on to.
I just want to say, Etienne, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. God does not make mistakes. And so you're here because you have more work to do. And I know this is a roundtable about holiday films, but in the spirit of holiday, I just want to say that to you. I love you, my brother.
Thank you. I love you too, Carla. Can I also just say how fully remarkable this is that we're all on this call right now with AAFCA, with Gil, and with these amazing Black critics. So y'all have to understand, AAFCA was my first job coming out of college. Like I was like literally AAFCA looked completely different once I started working with Gil. So we gave AAFCA a complete facelift. Let's just say that right now. So the fact that we are all here on this call doing this roundtable, I think is divine. It's beautiful. Also, the fact that everybody in every own holiday film this season is a close family member of mine. Amber is my big sis. Tristan was the best man in my wedding. Carla and I worked together when I was with AAFCA. So like this is all very like my mind is blown right now that this is happening. But without a doubt, God does not make any mistakes.
Love it.
Hi. When I watched these movies, I found myself smiling. And I felt like it was an escape from all the chaos going on in real life. So my question is to each of you, what do you want your audience, especially audiences of color, to take away after they see these movies?
Like you said, Kim, smile, be happy, be warm and fuzzy. I know my character has shenanigans. She has shenanigans with a capital S, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I love making people laugh. I love bringing a smile to someone's face. And all of these films, regardless of what the trajectory or the plot line was, at some point you're going to smile. You're going to want to hug somebody. You're going to pick up the phone and want to call somebody, or you're going to want to try to get that meal together for the holidays, whether it's the family you chose or the family you were born into.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I hope you feel inspired to reach out to those you love, maybe people you haven't seen in a while, or you miss that connection that you used to share with each other, even if they're not in the same city as you, at least feel inspired to reach out in some way and reconnect. This is the time of year to do that.
What do I want you guys to feel? No, you know what? I think you guys kind of hit it on the head. I just want people when they watch our film to not only feel warm and fuzzy, but just, we want them to have fun. I think just like you said, there's so much going on in the world right now. Everything you wake up in real life just feels daunting. You got to deal with this person saying this and this political figure doing this and that and left and right, and sometimes you just feel lost in the world or just lost in the sauce with everything going on. And I know for me, a lot of times the things that I would lean on or just kind of lean into is the arts. Like that would be my escape. So going to see a movie, going to a museum, watching a play. I think especially for the holiday season, these are the times to kind of be in the house, sit with the family, or the people that you make family, and to watch something, to laugh at something, to feel something together, to get out of the usual humdrumness that is the world right now. So yeah, I just want you guys to escape for a little while, to have a beautiful place to escape.
Yeah, I would also say that,
Oh, the dog.
No, yes, this is Theo, guys. This is Theo.
Oh, there goes Theo.
Y'all. He was barking up a storm. I was like, Theo, just hang out with me. I want people to feel joy. I don't want people to feel like they have to fake a relationship and fall in love with a stranger like Maya does in our film, Fake Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. But I really want people to not take it so seriously, and that life is meant to be enjoyed. And if you can do that with family and watch one of our films on OWN and HBO Max, then find the joy in watching our movies.
And then learn our song and sing along.
Yeah, and repost it so we can go platinum.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all got jokes. And can I just tell you, they were living their best life when they were singing that song. They thought they was at the Grammys. It was hysterical.
That's correct.
That was their Grammy performance. I loved every minute of it.
Well, thank you so much. Mission accomplished.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Tamara J. for Noir Online. My question is in terms of culture and tradition. What are some traditions that you guys appreciate brought to the big screen through these projects, or what traditions would you like to see come on the big screen in future projects?
Ours is something called the 25th annual Christmas Spectacular. And okay, we wanted this to be set in like not typical small town. We were like, we want this to feel urban. We want it to feel like where we're from. Like we're both from bigger cities. I mean, Amber's from a bigger city than I am, but Minneapolis is still a big city. Um, and I think it would be so cool if cities really had these festivities, like this thing called we have this thing called the Jolly Jubilee, and it lasts over the course of a week, and there's all these Christmas events. There's like ice skating, and there's like cookie making and all of these different events that get created by this like town board. And I'm like, wouldn't that be cool if there were actually events like that that a city board, put on every year that people could all attend to create a sense of community? Because I think, we get caught up in consumerism at the holidays. We think everything's about buying a gift and getting a gift and what am I getting for Christmas? But really, it's about community and communing and being together. So I think whether it's a big city or a small town or whatever, I think that would be a cool thing if every city and town had a board responsible for creating these experiences for people to bring people together.
Yeah, I like that it's multiple things over several weeks because I like even in LA, you can go and there's like one tree lighting thing. You're like, well, there's that, or you can go to a ice skating thing, but it's something to look forward to where you reconvene every week with your community again. It's like another party. We're all together. Everyone's together at that same one thing, and that creates more connection with your community. I think that would be really cool too.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I have never in my entire life of living ever done like a who's done it, like an actual live action version of Clue. But after doing this movie, I might consider it. Like I might consider it for like a holiday thing, like I don't know if I would do it on Christmas. It may be a Thanksgiving thing, but it would definitely be something to kind of get us all up, to get us all playing a game together, trying to figure out the big who's done it. It seemed fun, and shenanigans ensued on our set, so I'm sure it will ensue in family settings.
I did it at Amber's house for the first time, and she made me the detective, and let me tell you, the time of my life. I had the time of my life. I had never done. What was it called? What do you
It's a
call
murder
it?
mystery. It was a murder mystery party, but we did it over Halloween, so it was a holiday, and everyone came in Halloween costumes.
Halloween. But it's so fun. It was my first time. I loved it.
It would be really funny and fun to do that with your family if your family can commit to the characters.
Yeah. My family, they were never into the traditions. Like we were never stocking. We were never stocking the stuffers things. We never
It's
did
called a
this.
stocking. It's called a stocking.
Yeah, there you go. See,
Yeah.
that's because we never did it. We never did it. We never did the whole Secret Santa thing, but in our film, they're very serious about the Secret Santa. But my wife's family, they're very into the traditions. So, now in this new season of my life, I'm getting more acclimated to doing more traditional things during the holidays. So I might try the Secret Santa this year.
Don't sound so
Secret
excited
Santa?
about it.
I'm about to say Secret Santa. Also bring up White Elephant. I'm telling you, it's something.
right.
That game
White
is so
Elephant.
fun.
Wait, what are y'all talking about? What is a white elephant?
Okay, wait. Let me tell them what the white elephant is.
The
The white elephant is you have a bunch of gifts that are wrapped. Nobody knows what the gifts are. And then everybody kind of just chooses a gift or you're given a gift and you open it. Like it's really kind of cool. It's kind of fun. A friend of mine does that every Thanksgiving and we have the best time. We go to his house for Thanksgiving Day. We all go in pajamas and he has a whole white elephant thing, but his white elephant thing was off the chain because he worked for the talk shows in Hollywood. So he would get all the really good swag. So child, I would come back with digital cameras and curling.
Y'all about to say you get the.
We were getting all the stuff. It was great.
That
I'm
sounds
telling
like
you, Etienne, expand your horizons, baby. Live your life.
That sounds like you was living the black elephant.
I hate you right now.
How's it going? And Derek Dunn. So my second question is for Carla. So when we look at cinema, there's been a lot of actors and actors that have portrayed a Black Santa Claus. Danny Glover, Morris Chestnut, Whoopi Goldberg. But as a film critic and as an actress yourself, who's one person you would love to do a film with where you're Mrs. Claus and they're a Black Santa?
Idris Elba, baby. That was not hard. Idris Elba would be Santa, and I would be Mrs. Santa. Boom, point blank, period. No, I'm not gonna say that name. I'm not gonna say that. Idris Elba. That would be the one. Because like who would want Elba Idris to be your Santa? Like, what? Come on.
So Santa British now? That's what it is. Santa's British now. That's
He
crazy.
can do an American accent. You know what? You know what, Tristan? Don't come for me. He can do an American accent. He an actor. He know how to do lots of accents. He could be Jamaican. He could be Australian.
No, he can't. No, he
could be
can't.
Irish.
He cannot be Jamaican. No,
Jamaican? Oh,
that man. He is a Nigerian British man. Let that man be Nigerian and British.
A lot of Jamaicans, well, a lot of Jamaicans have British accents.
Y'all got jokes.
Thank you.
Hi, Jill Monroe. So this is to anyone who wants to answer, but a theme I saw throughout all of the film, second chances. So in the spirit of that, if you could recast yourself in one of the other films or a different role in your film, what would it be?
I honestly wouldn't recast myself in any other role because everyone who was in the role in our film were perfectly suited for it. Like they all brought something that no one else could bring. I couldn't imagine portraying it myself because I wouldn't be able to do the same things that they did. They brought their own levity, their own talent, their own point of view in a way that really highlights everything about their character's presence. So I wouldn't even touch it. I would leave it just as it is.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was literally saying the same. I was sitting here thinking the same thing. Like I was I don't know if I could touch what Rainbow did, or I the way that we cast our joint, I can't touch it.
I agree. I mean, we got Loretta Devine, we got Oba Babatunde, we got Corbin Reid, we got Amber Stevens West, we got Beverly Todd. There's nobody, those people are excellent and exemplary at what they do. I couldn't even begin to attempt to jump in any of them shoes, mostly because most of them shoes I can't fit in for a variety of reasons. But yeah, I would keep it just the way it is. It's perfect.
I actually gonna break the mold here. I think that Amber and I could have played either Chastity or April. Like,
yeah,
it's
I was gonna say the same.
When we started casting and setting out the script, people were like, wait, so which of you is playing which part? Because it really, if you know us at all or have seen it, it could have gone either way, which is funny. But I think just those two roles.
Yeah.
You know what, Corbin? I'm gonna piggyback off of you. Me and Ashleigh could have switched spots. Me and Ashleigh, I don't know if you feel the same way. We could have definitely. I don't know if I could fit those dresses, but
I know my shoulders are bigger than yours, so I probably could have filled that suit out just a little bit more.
Dennis Freeman, Compton Bulletin, and News for Us Online. What aspects of your film remind you of Christmas at home?
In our film, the one aspect that reminds me of Christmas at home is there's a scene where Corbin and I are going through a photo album and looking at old pictures of our family. And my mother and I have a tendency to do that often during the holiday season. And so that was one thing that did remind me of home for the holidays.
I would say, I guess my character is like a caretaker of her parents, not by choice. They don't need her help, but she likes to step in and take care of them. And that's certainly my role in my family. And during the holidays, I'm the one that's organizing everyone and making sure everyone's fed and asking people what they want and creating the entertainment and stuff. And so I think that's my role in the movie and that's my role in real life.
I think, becoming a grown up and getting a home and all of these things, I mean, I've gotten really into decorating, and I feel like sometimes I'm like, am I going overboard? But then I realize that it's so enjoyed by my family and my friends that it's like that's something in our movie we were both like, well, we want to, what are the colors going to be? And like, what's it going to look like in here? And where's the decor going to go? Like, we had an amazing set designers, but we really wanted to like see the vision, and I feel like the decor is such a big part of Christmas for me anyway. And it's like that in my real life too. And I think we did a pretty good job of having that in our film as well.
There's Christmas in every frame.
Every frame.
And you are not wrong about that.
Tasteful Christmas.
Yeah, and in our film, there's a real big love, especially within the family. My family, they're very joyous, happy people. And the family that Maya becomes a part of in our film, uh, there's a lot of care and there's a lot of love, and you feel it in every scene, in every frame. Yeah, it's a lot of love.
It's Karan again, and let me be clear. I love gifts, especially gifts that are embedded with diamonds.
You like expensive gifts.
I love thoughtful gifts. So
Come on, diamonds.
Come on, diamonds. So here's the thing. When I ask for diamonds for my family, I get diamonds. It can be in many forms. They can do it in raw diamonds. They can do it in so many ways because diamonds can be expressed. Diamonds are an expression. Anyway, I get them, but I also get really creative gifts from my family. And I want to know, when was the most creative, thoughtful gift you got during the holiday season from someone you loved that did not involve money, but the most creative and thoughtful gifts you've got? And this is to all of you.
I'll go first. It's not a gift that I got, but it was something I did for someone else. A friend of mine was going through it and didn't have the money to fly to see his family. And so I had a bunch of points from flying around to different places, and I took those points and got him a round trip air ticket so that he could be with his family for Christmas. And he literally could only go for one day. So I made it so that I got him to the airport, on the plane, and back in time to get back for work. And for me, I'm the type of person that I like to give. It doesn't matter what I get. It matters how I make someone else feel. So the fact that I was able to do that for someone else that I loved meant the world to me.
That's amazing. Carla, you have such a big heart.
I do, to
Karan,
my detriment.
yeah. Karan, can I be adopted into your family just for Christmas so I can get some diamonds too?
I'm open to adoption. My youngest daughter is about to leave home. I have space.
That sounds amazing. I was like, diamonds, dang. I think time. I just think time. Like, we are all busy, and things are pulling us away from our family and friends constantly. It's hard to find time. The older you get, the harder it is to find. So I think, putting down your phones, putting away screens, sitting around, whether it's a board game or it's a fun, activity, I think just time is like the greatest gift. Quality time to me is the greatest gift you can give or get at the holiday season, but also just like any time with people that you love.
My husband and I met at the end of October in 2008. So we were early in our relationship when we hit our first Christmas together, and still getting to know each other. And his gift to me that year was a scrapbook of our first 2 months together. he had been saving every single little receipt, movie ticket. On our first date, he made it a point to take me to a bar that he knew that had a picture booth, photo booth. And we took a strip photo, and this was '08, so they weren't at every bar. You had to like know where to find one. And he kept that photo, he put that in there, and he wrote about the first 2 months of us meeting each other. And it's this beautiful little orange notebook that he made, um, just talking about us, our like short love story. And here we are, 16 years later.
Oh, he was trying to make sure you did not get away. I love
He
that for
nailed
you.
that was the
I'm talking
nail.
about he
But when y'all
locked
on
it up.
Black Planet, because that sounds like a Black Planet story.
This is all true. And that's the most thoughtful. And then every year for every holiday he writes me a card for every single thing, and I've cried for every single card he's ever written me. So those are the most meaningful things, all his words.
Amber, he got friends. Like hook us up. I'm just saying. I am single and ready to mingle. Come on now. I'm joking.
Well, because I'm looking at it right now. So growing up, my nickname was E.T. And I got this gift from my wife. It was like an ET souvenir. I always had like this it's like it's a collectible Bluetooth speaker, but I never opened it, and I think it just needs to stay in the little packaging. I always had you know, this theory in my head that I was meant to be in TV and film, because my name means Steven in French, and Steven Spielberg is one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. And then one of his best films ever was E.T., and then my nickname was E.T. So I always felt like E.T. played a special place in my heart, and my wife got me this little Bluetooth
Your
speaker.
favorite
I
extraterrestrial.
love the correlation. I love the correlation.
You see,
It's not because you look like him, but I just love the correlation.
you got jokes. You got
Because you
jokes.
have brows, E.T. did not.
I also have to run it back because if my husband watches this, I think I wouldn't be in trouble. I just realized we got
Come on,
engaged
Corbin.
on Christmas Eve in the snow. He like hired Christmas carolers.
That's the correct answer.
In a snowstorm. And literally the day before Christmas, we got engaged and it was so beautiful. And he got down on one knee in the snowstorm and proposed. And honestly, his proposal was so gorgeous. I wish he had written it down. He didn't. I wish I could frame it and put it on a wall. But yeah, that was on Christmas Eve. That's the greatest gift I've ever gotten for sure.
I think that needs to be your next Christmas movie, Mama.
I'm about to say, yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
He freestyled that. That was nuts. I like that.
And you know what's crazy is that my husband and I, we're both double serving veterans. So I served in the Navy and the Army. He served in the Marine Corps and the Army. And we just got up on a Monday. It was like, let's do this.
Hey,
I love it.
And we did it.
I love that. That's kind of like me. That's like me and my wife's story. But yeah, I love that. I love that.
We got him and said, let's do this because nobody else matters. This is what we're doing for our lives. And you guys are so brilliant. You just brought so much joy this season. So much joy. And I can't wait for people to view these films. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
Jasmine Stevens again, and we're talking about the spirit of Christmas and family and coming together. What is one message or lesson you want audiences to take with you from watching your films, or take with them, after watching your films?
I got one. Don't lie. Don't lie to the people. Don't lie, because you're going to get yourself in a whole heap of trouble. And everybody going to be mad at you. And it's not going to be a fun Christmas. But luckily in our movie, it ends up working out for her.
That made me holler out loud. That was funny. You were like, don't lie. You know what? Just live in the moment. Live in the present. Live in the moment and live in the present, and the future will find its way to you.
I would say don't let too much time pass. I feel like it can be easy to like have a grievance and just like fight or flight, right? Like just walk away and be like, I'm not going to deal with this. In our film, a tragedy happens to one of the characters, and then they sort of have a falling out, and they don't talk for like 15 years. And that's very real. Like I think that happens in friendships, and sometimes you come back and you recover and sometimes you don't. And I think I think it's kind of a travesty because time is the most precious resource we have. And if you let too much of it go, like what are you missing out on? So I would say don't let too much time pass before you make an attempt to reconcile.
There's a through line in our movie that I think resonates I guess the topic. And Ashley, tell me if you agree. But I think the idea that healing takes time, but forgiveness takes effort. I think having that idea, understanding that forgiveness is the first step to healing, but forgiveness in and of itself takes effort. It takes an actual doing, whereas the healing may take time and understanding and growing and being able to learn past certain places that you've been or understanding where certain people have been. Uh, yeah, yeah, I think that kind of encapsulates that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rafael
I'd
de la Ghetto.
agree. I agree, Tristan. And it's also connected to what Corbin was saying, about time and healing and having the conversation. It's very easy to let too much time go by and you feel like, oh, it's been too long, I can't say anything now. And more often than not, the fear is a lot stronger and far worse than what the outcome may actually be. Oftentimes, we allow the fear to keep us from pushing past that discomfort because we're afraid of what we think the outcome might be. We're afraid of what we think we might lose or what we think we might feel. And I mean, I don't want to throw out numbers, but more often than not, it's not as bad as you thought it would be. And it tends to be, like you said, Tristan, more healing. Whatever that healing looks like, whether it means that things stay the same or they change, it's still necessary. So I'd say don't be afraid. Just like it's an easy thing to say, but trust that you're stronger than your fear.
Ashley, you're very wise for
I
such a young person.
know.
That was a bar.
I know. I'm
I
like,
Bar.
I
I
look
feel I
young.
feel some kind of way. I was like, ooh, she's giving sage wisdom. Ashley.
Thank you.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Well, everybody, this has been a lot of fun. We thank you for your time. Tristan, Corbin, Amber, Carla, and Etienne. It's these are all three of these movies are great, and people are going to be watching them for generations to come. So thank you on behalf of the world's largest group of Black film and TV critics, and we hope you enjoy this edition of AAFCA Roundtables. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.